If you ever wondered what it would look like if a human crash test dummy had a starring role in a cartoon, meet Kenny McCormick. This kid doesn't just stumble into trouble, he falls headfirst into it, repeatedly. And some heroes wear capes and some fight villains. And then there's Kenny McCormick, who just repeatedly eats pavement for 27 seasons straight. This kid's head has suffered more blunt force trauma than every Final Destination character combined. Like, do you understand how powerful Kenny's skull has to be? If you or I stub our toe, we're useless for a week. Kenny gets flattened by a semi-truck, and 5 minutes later, he's like, and everyone just moves on. Kenny's long, painful relationship with head injuries begins literally in the first episode. South Park wastes no time, and within minutes, our orange-hooded hero gets introduced to physics in the most disrespectful way possible. So the boys are out on the street when this random spaceship shows up. Kyle's yelling at the aliens to give Ike back.
Stub, give me back my brother!
And the aliens? They don't even hesitate. They blast Kenny with a shiny star-shaped beam that smacks him straight in the chest and sends him flying into the road. You'd think that's it, right? Wrong. Kenny somehow gets back up, wobbling like his brain just rebooted on low battery, and then immediately gets trampled by a speeding car. Now he's lying there all bloodied, hood half torn, and honestly, at that point, the dude's probably concussed, half dead, or both. If his brain had a system update, this would be the moment the screen says, "Installing trauma. Please wait." Somebody call IT. This one time, in a rare burst of heroism, decides he's going to stop Stan's giant mutant clone from wrecking the town. Which, yeah, was doomed from the start. He runs in all fearless, probably thinking he's in some epic anime showdown. But the clone doesn't even notice him. 1 second, Kenny's charging. The next, he's flying across the room like a sad little orange frisbee. He smashes headfirst into a microwave, and it turns on, like actually starts cooking him. There's this horrifying yet weirdly funny moment where Kenny's just in there, spinning and sizzling like last night's leftover pizza. Bro doesn't just hit his head, he gets rotated. He's in there spinning like a burnt Pop-Tart. Every rotation adding a fresh concussion to the collection he definitely did not need. And then, after all that, the microwave inevitably does what microwaves do best. It finishes the job. So, yeah, he absolutely dies, but not before racking up what is easily a top-tier microwave-induced concussion. Alright, so South Park's dodgeball team somehow makes it all the way to the World Championship. Yeah, you heard me right, the World Championship. And who do they end up facing? The Chinese national team. Which, as it turns out, doesn't play dodgeball. They play murder ball. The second the match starts, the Chinese players are hurling balls like cannon fire. And poor Kenny? Yeah, he doesn't even stand a chance. One of those dodgeballs hits him so hard, it launches him across the court and crushes him against the wall. Like, not, ow, that stung. I mean, full body impact. You literally see him splatter against a gym wall like a Looney Tunes character who just learned gravity exists. Blood everywhere, limbs limp, and that's how Kenny became the first kid in history to get a fatal head injury from gym class. This time, Kenny finally gets a little romance arc going for once. He joins this environmental choir thing and instantly falls for the girl named Kelly. It's cute, it's awkward, and for a brief second, it seems like Kenny might actually have a normal, non-deadly episode for once. Cue the lightning bolt. It crashes down straight onto Kenny, and he drops to the ground, charred with probably the worst concussion in cartoon history. It's the kind of hit that would have ended anyone else's story. But this is Kenny, South Park's ultimate respawn champion. And in true Kenny fashion, he somehow makes it out alive thanks to his girlfriend, who literally gives him CPR right there in the middle of the jungle. Because of course, the one time he finds love, it has to come with smoke damage and a concussion. Kenny's luck with head trauma strikes again with the 4th concussion. But this time, it's during a sled race. The boys are up against the girls, trying to prove they're the ultimate sledders. And things are already chaotic. some genius idea comes up. Stack a pile of bricks on the sled to make it heavy enough to move. Spoiler alert, this doesn't end well. The sled spins completely out of control, and Kenny, he ends up right under the bricks, flattened, bloodied, probably concussed to kingdom come. Just like that, he's out of commission, leaving the boys 2 team members short. And honestly, at this point, Kenny could probably write a book titled How to Get Destroyed in Style and Survive. Now you need to picture this. The boys are sneaking around Mr. Jefferson's creepy Neverland knockoff of a mansion, trying to save his poor kid, Blanket. And who steps up to be the decoy? Our guy Kenny. Because of course he does. He gets all bundled up under a blanket, lying there pretending to be the kid, while the others go full rescue mission mode. Then in floats Mr. Jefferson, all soft voice with absolutely no grasp on reality. And he's like, "Let's play."
My blanket! Let's play, blanket!
Before anyone can blink, he yeets Kenny into the air like a balloon at a kid's birthday party. Like full send, straight up, through the ceiling. The problem? He doesn't stop. Kenny just keeps going whoosh straight through the ceiling. You don't even need to see the landing to know what happens next. Somewhere off screen, there's definitely a thud that could register on a Richter scale. 1 second he's there, the next, bam! Instant concussion, courtesy of South Park's most unhinged dad. Kenny's at it again, taking hits like it's his full-time job, except this time, he doesn't get the usual "oops, I'm fine" treatment. The boys are running around like maniacs, mobsters are flying punches everywhere, and somehow Kenny ends up right in the middle of it. He gets shot multiple times, and unlike his usual bounce-back antics, this one actually knocks him out cold. We're talking full-on lights-out concussion territory. Hartman finds him there, bloodied and lifeless. While the chaos continues all around them, it's brutal, it's absurd, and it's classic Kenny, the guy who survives everything, except sometimes the universe decides to actually catch up with him. Another day, another injury. Though this one might have been a bit too real. We finally see a calm evening in South Park. Damn, what a rare sight. Kenny's chilling, dinner's on the table, Pop-Tarts are in position, and then, bam, a bullet comes flying through the window like it's got somewhere really important to be. Straight into the back of Kenny's head. 1 second he's eating, the next he's seeing stars, probably on the verge of a concussion that would flatten anyone else for weeks. But Kenny? Oh, Kenny. Bloodied, dazed, maybe even humming through the ringing in his skull. But his story is never over. So yeah, another day, another concussion, or 7, for Kenny Unbreakable Skull McCormick. Kenny's at it again, and of course it's completely insane. He's mid-battle, riding some kind of giant ostrich-like contraption, going toe-to-toe with a rival over a ridiculously shaped shield. Yeah, it's not your everyday armor. Let's just say it's less medieval protection and more abstract art gone wild. Inevitably, things go sideways. Kenny and his opponent both tumble off the creature, and his head slams into the ground with a thud that would have knocked anyone else out cold. Falling off a giant rampaging ostrich like that is no joke. Stars, birds, cartoon sound effects, you name it, it's happening. But Kenny? He's Kenny! Kenny's Prove You're One of Us Hawaiian trial starts off looking surprisingly normal. They put him on a surfboard, hand him a paddle, and tell him to spin this random floating ball like it's some sacred cultural ritual passed down for generations. That clearly nobody has ever actually done before. Still, Kenny gives it his best. He's wobbling, he's concentrating, he's probably silently praying inside that hood, and somehow, miraculously, he pulls it off. He actually gets the ball turned around, and for a solid 2 seconds, he looks like he might just pass this thing. And then, Kenny does what Kenny does. He slips, flails, and plops into the water like a dropped dumpling. And then comes the grand finale. He goes right over a waterfall like it's a cartoon sound effect waiting to happen. Bonk! Smacking his head on the rocks on the way down. It's a full-on tropical waterfall fresh concussion. Island grown, organic, probably even gluten-free. Kenny, you're ruining tourism. The locals, they don't even turn around. Not a gasp, not a shout, not even a pity. Aww. It's the most Kenny thing ever. He tries to earn cultural respect and instead earns another traumatic brain injury. At this point, Kenny survived microwaves, waterfalls, mutant clones, and alien death beams. So, of course, the final boss of concussions would be a fart. Cartman bets him $100 that he can't light one on fire.
I'll bet you $100 you can't light a fart on fire.
And Kenny goes, and tries it. He ignites instantly, and in the panic, he slams his head on the pavement so hard it's like his brain clocked out early. Concussion secured. But the real grand finale, Dr. Gouache fixes him by accidentally swapping his heart with a baked potato.
We accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have about 3 seconds to live.
Kenny wakes up for 3 confused seconds, just long enough for the concussions to start, and then he detonates. Like even the potato went, nope, I'm out. Somebody get a fork! At this point, even the producers are probably staring at a script like, okay, seriously, somebody give this child a break. It's almost like death is just a mild inconvenience for him. He dies, he comes back, and he's like, which in Kenny speak translates to, try harder. And yet, no matter how many times he returns, no matter how many concussions he tanks like a... South Park never learns. And meanwhile, in perfect unison, someone screams, oh my god, they killed Kenny! Because no matter how many times he survives, he somehow never stops being a magnet for total chaos. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. But seriously, give this kid a break.